Apparently.
All right. Oh, we got to start the timer.
Oh, that sucks.
The round timer you're seeing, guys, might not be 100% accurate. But let's show you your matchup here.
Close enough for government work.
Yep, there is your matchup, and the names are not correct. Obviously, I got to go fix that. Give me 1 second here. I'm a little behind the button here.
Lake Country, huh?
Yes, very interesting.
So did you consider that when you were putting together Phasma?
Not even a little bit.
Not a little bit. I mean, red, you're just not going to play aggression, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. You get, what, 4 health for not playing aggression?
Yep.
Why are we getting a...
Well, the thing about Phasma, right? There's a lot of green first order units.
Right.
So you're giving up a lot by playing purely red over with this. This is going to be an interesting matchup, I think. Okay, I can turn these lights off, and then I need to go adjust some cameras. So, Trey, handle this for a minute, and I'll be right back.
I handle it. All right. So I'm not entirely sure what the little exclamation point button is on Quinlan. I guess he removes it whenever
Thank you.
he uses Quinlan. That just means he still has him to use. Lake, I don't. Let's see how many times I can bump the mic.
I will start by passing.
Yep, I figured.
All right, here we go. You took it, you get a pass. Hux. So that dude is a first order. Hux is...
Do 1 to your base.
He's like raid 1, and then he lets you draw a card when you play... Or when you play a first order card.
Right away.
So I think we've already had a mistake on one side. He didn't... Patrick over here didn't use Quinlan to do a damage.
It's literally what I got the thing on it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just caught it. I think he just caught it.
All right.
Okay, that should be much better.
So we had a Hux play from James on the right.
Coming back.
Yeah.
And then, so Patrick on the left
And then we got Sabine
got
on
the
left.
initiative
Yep.
All right.
and passed
Wrong
immediately.
card. Oh, well.
He got the initiative and passed immediately
Yeah, waiting.
Spend 3.
so that he waited and then didn't do it.
Okay, didn't do the thing.
Well, it didn't matter, so he just bounced him.
So he waylaid Hux.
Yeah, that card.
Got it.
Let's go ahead and
Now, if you've not played Phasma, Hux is a really strong card in that deck because it gives you the opportunity to either grow your hand, which is notable, or his raid ability is where he's really strong. If I'm honest, if I'm Patrick, I'm not sure I like the idea of bouncing him,
3 to base.
just
because I'm not convinced it's a good idea.
let's go ahead and
Yeah, because it puts you behind. So he does not have a 3-drop,
it's
and he just replays them.
Oh,
it's
just
only base, but then whenever you flip, and then it's unit and base.
All right. I will.
So he has just replayed them. Patrick basically doesn't have anything to build his board presence. It feels like he's trying to race James, which is kind of interesting because,
I will go ahead and pass.
like, I would think Phasma like really wants to just burn people down.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of playing Phasma, right? Is the burn? It's essentially Phasma. I look at this deck as the one I play is Phasma Green, but what I like to see, what I kind of view Phasma as, is she's kind of like the villain version of Sabine, right? Because you do a thing, and then over the course of your turn, you tap the leader and deal damage to the opposing base. The difference is playing purely red, James is going to have some really interesting tools that aren't going to include aggression, probably, unless he's willing to overpay for it.
Right.
Now, that doesn't necessarily cripple him. There's a lot of really good direct damage stuff, but because Phasma's damaging the base and not the units, he's going to be spending possibly a little more time interacting with Patrick's units on the board than he would prefer. Those are really pretty Ahsoka sleeves.
And kill Hux.
All right, so we got a Hot Shot Blaster, and we're going to wipe out
And deal
Hux.
1 to base with Sabine's ability.
So I'm looking at James's hand. It looks like he's got a lot of 1 toughness things.
That's very common in Phasma.
I think he needs to take it. Didn't he need to take a damage over there on Sabine?
He did deal 2 to base, right?
Yes, sir.
Sabine had crushed. Sabine didn't kill.
Sabine should take some damage there.
Pass.
Sabine should take 1 damage.
Yeah, it's just 1,
It's just 1.
but it should have it.
Yep, hold on a minute.
Just get a Rokai gunship in there. Oh, wow.
When defeated, deal 1 damage to a unit or base. Got it.
So James is already starting out a little behind. Not behind, but kind of like everything he throws out can just be murdered immediately by Quinlan if Patrick plays the right thing.
It's possible. The other thing is, there's one of the things we haven't talked about yet. There's a big base health gap here, right?
Yeah. 9?
Patrick-
That's 9 points. That's a lot.
Should have a damage on it then. If she ran into.
That's right.
Patrick starts upside down 9 health. So he's got he's got some ground to make up, and Phasma's not going to make that job any easier if James is playing the right cards out of his hand.
He's not going to have a lot of clock to do this with.
No.
I mean, he's probably going to get to hit with one of these guys, and then he's going to take, that's 4 more, basically unstoppable at this point.
Quinlan to kill the ODM.
Okay, maybe not, because he played an ambush guy.
So we're going to play.
Right, and then I will attack the Rokai gunship.
Oh, but he he does a point when that guy dies. Okay, tap
figure
your
out-
fireball.
The gunship wasn't on
One
the.
damage
Oh,
to unit or base.
was there a space unit on the board that I'm?
Polish off that.
Yeah, he played a Rokai gunship.
Oh, and then he came in with the fireball.
Yeah, he played. So James's last turn, he played the
Oh, I
Rokai
missed.
gunship.
Okay, I missed the gunship.
And then he
play of the
ambushed
last
out
round.
that guy.
2 damage to a damaged unit, so I will
Okay.
kill Sabine.
Oh, that's a good start.
Whole lot of board trading here. Yep. That tie dagger doing some work for James here.
So I think for Patrick, that's not going to be great when he tries to play Plo Koon.
When played, deal 3 indirect damage to a player if a base is
Gorilla,
damaged
the
this
infamous Gorilla Soldier. Mm-hmm. One of the best commons out of the new set.
So I'll go ahead and do 1 here, 2 here.
Yep. So with some base damage coming in, Gorilla
that's
Soldier gets to
interesting.
ready up.
So James chose to put 1 damage on his tie dagger, which leaves it vulnerable to Quinlan.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's got the opportunity to use Phasma here if he wants.
Let's go ahead and tap Phasma. One of your
There we
base.
go.
So he's going to...
One of the things that I like to do when I play Phasma is those little reminder tokens. I will put those on Phasma when I've played a first order card to remind myself that I've done it.
What does Phasma come out on, 6?
5. So this is.
Oh, so he could bring her out now.
You could bring Phasma out right now. Phasma
Okay.
comes out on 5 as a 4/6.
You have no resources, right?
Correct.
And I'll get
Okay,
up
everything's
to-
spent. Interesting. I'm not sure I like this one. I mean, I like the card. Arm to the Teeth is a great card.
This unit attack.
But
As
I think
attack,
putting it on a 1 damage unit, a
to
1 health unit, is a little
another
risky
button.
It
against
is
Quinlan.
very risky,
I will deal.
especially when you have a 9 health bump.
Yep. Going 2 to base here with the Gorilla. I'm guessing it's time to deploy Phasma. I'm guessing. We're going to see what he does.
It depends on if he wants to try and squeeze in.
Yep.
Well, he's still going to attack with Quinlan. But he is going to be 1. He's not going to go. If he attacks with Phasma, he's not going to go first. And he stands to lose 2 cards on the bottom to do that. I think James is just going to claim. So I think the appropriate thing here is to claim because it's 4 damage either way. Either you're dealing 4 now with Phasma and then 4 and then nothing next turn whenever your tie dagger dies.
Yeah.
Or you attack with the tie dagger first, and if you attack with the tie dagger, that bumps Phasma with that upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know. If it were me, so here's the thing.
3 to base.
James is in a better position to race here.
An 8 on the
Yes, well,
but a 10
So
that 9 damage is being eaten away pretty quickly.
I
That
understand,
9
but he
health.
can also swing. He can swing for 4 right now and get back to another notable lead.
But is he gonna? If he swings for 4 now,
Yep, which is what he
Patrick's
does.
gonna claim,
I guess
and
the
Patrick's
five
gonna
total
stop
is
4 next turn.
base. And I'll go ahead.
That's
and,
my point.
Okay, well let's find out because Phasma hits for 4, and then
Phasma hits for
ends
4.
up dealing 1 extra with her ability because he played a first order card
I'll pass.
and deals 1 to Quinlan.
See, now all Patrick has to have is a 3, and then he's only hitting for 4 between these 2 cards.
Now,
So if Patrick plays a 3 right now, he's gonna, or a 3 or more, he's going to kill this
he's going
tie
to 100%
dagger.
kill the TIE Fighter for sure.
Kill the tie dagger. So
Yeah.
James has going to hit for 8 total. He's going to hit with Phasma, and then he's going to hit with Phasma. If James had claimed and attacked with a tie dagger, he would hit for 10 total, which is 4 from the tie
I see
dagger,
what you're
and
saying.
then that would have, because of that upgrade,
Because
it
then that
would have
passes
pumped.
it. Yeah. Although, admittedly, Plo Koon could have ambushed in and just traded out. So it's a risk, right? Waiting to attack this round, he might not have been able to get Phasma in. Whereas last round, he absolutely surely could have.
Plo Koon.
Here, he's going to...
So use Quinlan's action to deal 1 to the tie dagger.
Yeah, he's going to end up...
just gonna get blown
He's
out.
going to get blown out here. He's going to end up getting the
That's
whole
the end
board
of that
cleared
one.
because of Plo.
Ambush. He gets raid 3 because of coordinate, so 6 to Phasma.
Yep.
Womp, womp, womp.
Feels bad.
Sad trombone. And this is why Wes plays terrible decks, guys.
the double zero.
Now,
Whatever his name is.
the thing about Quinlan, like you're going to get plowed, right, at some point. But the thing about Phasma, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to see this Lake Country variant.
Hey,
is
Plow's supposed to take damage. They keep forgetting he's ambushing things out, and they're not taking damage.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know
So
that.
Plow should take 4 there. Even if that sequence plays out exactly the same way, but James had claimed and made his 4 damage attack with the tie dagger, that trades with Plow.
Yeah.
So
I see. Well, it ends up trading with him. Yeah, it ends
trading
up,
with
it
him
ends up
instead of
trading
just putting
with
4
him.
damage on him. So
Right.
I think that was a
In the
better
end,
line.
Right. But what I'm getting at is that this is one of the reasons that I like playing Phasma with green, right? Because not only do you have a wider variety of units, you have unit Phasma. And on that ambush turn, unit Phasma can be just absolutely monstrously good. Okay, so we're 16 damage on. So he should have 18
versus
remaining.
10 damage on. I got to wonder how James is going to... Well, he's got 4. Because he's going to attack... I assume he's going to attack with
Well,
And then when it dies...
yeah,
he never
he
attack
can
with
get rid of Plow and deal 2 to base.
Oh, he
and
can kill
then-
Plot and do 2 the best. That's probably a better play.
Yeah, and then it's a question of what else he's got in his hand. He's
see
got
a lot
another
of
arm to the-
upgrades.
He's got another arm to the teeth.
He's got
I've been a little surprised that he hasn't been resourcing those arms to the teeth because they got smuggle on them. They're great cards to come out of the smuggle row.
Right.
You have to believe Patrick's got at least 1 Cassian in there by now too.
He's trying to hold that disabling Fang Fighter to blow something up, but I don't think he has
I'm gonna
room
go
to do
ahead
that
and
anymore.
kill Plo-Koon and then shoot him
Quinlan
2
doesn't
base.
usually play a ton of upgrades. I mean, the blasters, yes, but beyond that, you don't
Yeah.
generally see a lot.
I mean, and the blasters do their damage before you can really...
To start off.
They have their effect before you can do anything about them because you attack immediately. with
Correct.
them.
Strike.
So
Gorilla Soldier and hit face for 5.
Okay, surprise strike. Going for the jugular here. Tie game now. So there's the 9 damage gap has been overcome.
Go ahead and pay 1 for
By
both.
Quinlan.
to 21, yep.
So we got a Benthic 2 tubes.
Benthic doo-doobs.
I love playing straight red, but I don't think Phasma's the leader that I would do it with right
5
now.
to play Cassian.
There's Cassie.
So what would you... I mean, you're the aggressive player. That's all you do.
Oh,
you
for
throw
me,
red at people.
Well, right. I like red, but my point is playing.
But I'm asking, what would you choose?
Oh, green. Like Phasma.
No. What red leader would you choose? Like, there's nothing.
Oh, if you're
going
gonna play straight red,
yeah.
man, I gotta say I've really been enjoying Mace in straight red.
Oh, I've been playing on my
And
Carapace. It's pretty fun.
for the first time I built a Vader, like SOR old school Vader
Okay.
in straight red.
Yeah.
And man, that deck is surprisingly entertaining. James is trying to get units to stick to the board here. But he's looking at 6 more coming in. He's going to need to be on the button going to the next round. And I don't think he can win this race.
4, 9. I don't know. 9 is a lot. If he has something that can just pop the base,
yeah,
what is he going to
24.
pop the base with? Although that's getting real close.
Yep, we're down to 10 HP remaining.
We just
10
go
to
ahead and
13.
Arm to the teeth on disabling Fang Fighter.
Why,
I don't think I would have done that.
I wouldn't. Why would you play
you're-
it there?
All you're doing there is incentivizing him to claim too.
But if you're going to play it on Benthic because you want to attack with Benthic first.
That's true. And then you pass off the buffs. You only
Yeah,
need to
you
worry
hit-
about
you-
one attack working.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
See, like-
I think that's the right play.
At this point, if he were to get the button and attack with the flanking TIE fighter, then great, you did 5. But then, and it made Benthic be a 4-2, who when he attacks will be a 6-2, which means he'll just get killed.
Just probably ready my units.
Yeah. By playing the arm to the teeth, James sort of kind of
Ready?
saved himself a little bit of damage here, I think maybe, but
2 to play Fireball.
yeah.
Oh, the
I don't-
fireballs are brutal.
Fireball's so good.
That fireball has whacked.
This might be the first time I have seen Fireball played in Quinlan, but you know what? I really like it.
It's pretty good.
It's a great little ambush card. It lets you trade up, right? Because of Quinlan's damage.
Yeah.
Okay, gunship.
So fireball's always, when I think of fireball, and I have traditionally thought of fireball, you think of like an aggressive, because it's supposed to be paired with Kaz, and it's supposed to be played on turn 1, and then you heal it, or not heal it, but then you turn off its damaging itself ability with Kaz, and it's just an aggressive thing. But he's using it in a very anti-aggressive control strategy of, which is pretty. That's really interesting.
Okay, man.
A surprise strike on Cassian comes in, very thematic, just like in the movie, by the way. And then James realizing that this is over with lethal on the board, and he's going to scoop it up. So we're going to go on to game 2 here. Patrick up a game. I'm going to let these guys sideboard and ask them to wait a couple of minutes, guys. And while we do that sort of thing,
Always nasty, especially when it gets off. That's
it's time for you guys to get the ad roll. So we'll be right back.
Yeah, that's the goal there.
Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for being here. One of the most common questions I get is, how can I support what you're doing with live event coverage of Star Wars Unlimited? Luckily, there are lots of ways, and not all of them actually cost anything. For starters, if you're tuned in on YouTube, throw the live stream a like and subscribe to the channel. A couple of simple clicks, and you'll have helped YouTube's algorithm put more of my Star Wars Unlimited content in front of people who might be interested. If you're tuned in on Twitch, simply throw me a follow. Both of these things won't cost you a cent and actually help a lot more than you think. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you might be able to support me on Twitch with only a few clicks. Once you've linked your Amazon account to Twitch, check the QR code on the screen for help doing that. You can use your Prime subscription to me on Twitch. It's already included in your Amazon Prime membership and costs you nothing additional out of pocket. Similarly, over on YouTube, you can use the Super Chat functionality. Just click the little dollar bill looking icon on the bottom right corner of the screen below the chat window. This is sort of like a tip, right? You can choose a dollar amount on a little scrolling bar and it highlights your chat message simultaneously. If you're interested in helping ensure these kinds of high quality Star Wars Unlimited tournament streams continue well into the future, I would also ask you to check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/craptor. QR code on the screen will take you there. I have 4 tiers of support that each come with various benefits, up to and including the embroidered polo shirts you see the team and I wearing on the stream when we cover events. For the cost of only a single booster pack per month, you can support these kinds of productions and get some really fun perks along the way. Whether you choose to pitch in and help keep us on the air or not, thanks for being here. We love Star Wars Unlimited, we love the community, and we look forward to showcasing more of both in the future.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is time for game number 2. Let's turn the match timer off real quick. I didn't introduce the players, but we'll flash this up here for you guys. Patrick on the left is from Dallas. James on your right is from the Woodlands, not terribly far away. Just a few minutes up the road here. Dallas, of course, about 4 hours up the road.
Still Texas.
Still Texas. You could drive a long way and still be in Texas.
Sort of still Texas.
You're in the right field then.
Yeah.
All right, these gentlemen are just about shuffled up and ready. Patrick's ready on the left-hand side of your screen, getting queued up for game 2. I did not see anybody make any sideboard changes when I was out there making some small camera adjustments.
Yeah, I didn't catch anything. So somebody in the chat pointed out that when we were talking about do you do 4 and claim and attack with the TIE dagger, like he could have used Tarkentown and to kill the
he
TIE
never did
dagger,
use Tarkentown,
which to me is that's a crazy flex on Patrick's part that he's I'm going to play a 5 health less base and then I'm just not going to use it.
Yeah, I mean,
I could use all my cards.
It's also
but I just don't
possible.
wanna.
It's also possible he just forgot about it. I mean, you did point out in the back at the beginning he kind of forgot to ping Hux as well.
Yeah.
Which ended up not mattering.
Not mattering,
He
just bounced him.
he just smashed him with Sabine later on.
Okay, so we have the black-red quintessential. This is every play you want to do first. Is Kylo's.
Yep, starting out with Kylo's tie here on the right.
All right.
He's probably about to get blasted because that's one you don't want to leave on the board. Let's see. Unless he's got a 2 to play next turn, maybe he's willing to take the 3.
I will pass.
Or he is. He's willing to take the 3 so he can get that kill out, or get that kill out. He's going to hold on to the Tarkentown use because he thinks he can play something that will just kill the 2 health. This is
one of the things that I'm learning in Phasma. There are as good as Phasma is, there are times like Sabine, you don't want to give up the initiative. In that instance, I would not have used Phasma. I would not have used Phasma's ping to retain initiative, so I could make sure I attacked in with the tie before it died right here. Because what's going to happen here is Fireball's going to come in, get played. Quinlan's going to ping the tie to death, and Fireball's not, and it's just going to sit there and chill.
And that's exactly what we saw.
Yep. Sith Trooper on the ground, excellent card.
Ooh, I got wrecked by Sith Trooper at the jump to light speed pre-release.
This is a deceptively good card, and
it's reasonably easy to kill when you can load your deck up and fight against things like that. But man, He didn't look like anything whenever I played against it at the pre-release,
go
and
and
then all
take
of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I'm taking 9.
Yeah. Now in this instance, I would have taken the ping, right? But if he had claimed earlier, he would have 4 damage on base instead of just 2. Mm-hmm. Right.
That's one of the things that you have to learn in this game is I'm in the middle of there's a new store open by me that I'm helping the owner learn. He's trying to start this game at his store, and I'm helping the owner learn about it. And he's coming from Magic, where you do so many things on your turn,
right?
That the depth of strategy that's involved in sequencing, you get to do one thing, and then before they get to do something, that has really caught him off guard.
Yeah.
And so the strategy of do I fully and most efficiently use everything I possibly could on my side on my turn versus do I want to go first next turn is such an interesting thing that you have to learn how to do in this game.
Yes.
It's an interesting skill to learn when to do it.
It's a great conversation that I was fortunate enough to have with Bobby Sapphire on camera when we were calling games up in Minnesota. We were talking about this, right? Mm-hmm. The importance of claiming initiative or not claiming initiative, as the case may be.
Or just being aware of what's going to happen next turn and making sure you play into it.
And it's 100%. In my opinion, it's a difficult skill to teach. It's not an impossible skill to teach, but it is challenging. Simply because it's something that I think you have to understand some of the mechanics of the game, and get some games under your belt, and then slowly you can figure out kind of what's going on. So we're looking at a force throw here. Quinlan doing what Quinlan does with force throws.
He had a 1 in his hand, so it keeps the dagger alive.
So he got rid of he lost a daring raid there.
I'll go ahead
and I find that to be an interesting use of Anakin Pilot. So he played Anakin Pilot so that he had a force guy out. I've never seen Anakin Pilot played anywhere.
I have seen him played, but not on the ground.
Yeah. And then throwing him out just to have a force guy for the force throw is pretty interesting.
Patrick opting to pass there instead of Tarkin Towning. I think I would have used my Tarkin Town to go ahead and clear that thing.
I think he's feeling froggy, man. He's feeling like he's got this in hand.
It's possible, and you see this sometimes too, right? Tarkin Town used. I don't want to say
he wants to kill Phasma with it.
They want to get more value out of it than just one health, right?
Right.
So yeah, I could see it. Flip turn for both leaders coming in here.
He's feeling cocky. He's got this. I mean, you're playing with much less health here. I can take the 2 damage because I want to I don't want to waste these 2 points of damage. It's pretty.
James is where I like to be when I play Phasma. He's on the button going into Phasma's flip turn. Mm-hmm. So
and they have the same. That 9 health is still looming out there because
he's going to go ahead and swing in with the dagger before it gets pinged off the board, which is a good call. Then he's got a Kylo's tie in his hand to play out.
Playing out Quinlan right away.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and deploy Quinlan. Just get ahead of the game here.
Let me go ahead and get Kylo's tie out there.
Yep.
So this is
beautiful ship.
This is another moment where he's choosing efficiency over and maximizing everything that he can do over possibly dodging some hate. Because now at this point, it's gonna if Patrick plays a 2 or higher, he can kill. He can do a lot of stuff to get rid of both of that Kylo's tie and the tie dagger. And so James took the ping with Captain Phasma.
Yep. But on this turn, I like it because I think what he's doing, he's probably sitting on another Plo.
Go ahead and
if I'm James, I might actually consider claiming here. Or he's got
nothing out.
Well, he's got a Ruthless in his hand. That I might play the Ruthless here. You want to try and draw it out. If Patrick's sitting on 5 resources, he's probably sitting on a Plo waiting for you to deploy Phasma.
I will.
He deployed Quinlan to turn the coordinate on. I think James passed right there.
Okay.
So now we're going to fireball.
So we're going to kill that, and we're going to kill that. So he's losing everything on his side of the board.
So we're going to use Quinlan to ping out the tie dagger, and then probably ambush into Kylo, I'm guessing.
Ambush into
trade
Kylo.
Out. Yeah. Okay. Keep the board as clean as you can.
Now,
but now that Patrick has spent resources, no Plo.
3 is not going to do anything.
He's going to smuggle a blaster in. I think James might have claimed. Okay, I said James passed. I think he claimed there. So James took my advice. He did claim there, but it did not work as well as what I think I would have done. Maybe is play that Ruthlessness out.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay
right?
6.
Would have been a cheap.
Oh boy, here.
For Ruthless Raider.
There we go, baby.
2 damage to an enemy base and 2 damage.
I feel like James is very attuned to that
some
25
damage
on the other side of the board, and he is
Quinlan.
trying to get there by hook or crook. He knows that in the long game, the power that he has is not going to match the power that Patrick has.
Concur.
And so he's trying to just he wants that 2 damage from
Concur.
Ruthlessness. Now, saying that, I can't tell if he dropped it or not. No, he didn't.
I don't think you're going to see Phasma come out this round, right? You might.
Just because you think it'll get flow good.
Well, for starters, it probably will. But my point is, he didn't play a first order card. Last turn, he did. Last turn, ooh, that's a surprise. I think that's a mistake. I think he's going to get plowed and just get smashed right here. Yeah, yeah, and just get smashed right off the board.
6. And this time, remember to do the damage to him.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
I get the sense that James doesn't think he can get there. And he's just kind of going through the motions right now instead of trying to figure out how by hook or crook he's going to get squeezed that last point of damage in.
I think some of what's happening, this is just observationally, right? And I've fallen into this trap too, playing Phasma. It is possible to get so focused on the using the leader ability, right? Like you said, maximum efficiency, that you end up losing board position that you desperately need to push through the damage you need to win the game. And so I think we're seeing a little bit of that out of James. I don't know that it's necessarily. I mean, it's not. It's mild criticism, right? Like but I think it's something. Maybe he's not comfortable with the deck, not as experienced with it.
He's the one out there playing. We're just in here looking at him and second guessing and judging by the plays that we suggested in the first game, just being wrong. So
looking at another Raider.
Another Raider, and he's got that one up for the Ruthlessness. So
because I don't like that anymore.
Well, the Ruthlessness will help a little bit. He does take Plu out of action, and
Takes
2 more to
Plo.
base. Now
and then he's going to do 6 more.
He had if I were him, I would definitely put that Ruthlessness
maybe
down.
he gets there.
He needs to try and put James in Patrick in check, right? He needs to be able to threaten lethal next turn. If he puts 4 more on right here, he can't do it. But if he puts 6 more on here, he can.
Right.
Patrick's not going to be able to deal 19 this round, so there's going to be at least 1 more turn.
James needs 2 more actions to hear. There's a lot. There's 8.
That's 8. That's a big hit with the surprise strike.
That's 5, 8. And pay 1 for a Ruthlessness.
Yes, sir.
When it attacks and defeats a unit, do 2 damage to the base. Plus 2.
I love this card, but finding the right deck for it is always a challenge for me.
I agree. It felt like a card that was going to have.
So discard
1.
Okay, he lost a Benthic 2 tubes to a force throw, so who
something's
cares
taken
about
2.
that?
Or 1, I'm sorry.
Yeah, one of them's taking a point of damage.
So now we get to see if Patrick can keep
it's only
his
when
brain
played
around that I need to go first
you wanna
versus
play
attacking with
I'm willing.
Anakin over there.
So now, Patrick has 9 HP remaining. So now, James's next action is going to be to claim, 100%.
Yeah, there's nothing left to do.
There's nothing left to do, and when he does, he's 2 actions from a win here in game 2. We're gonna amp. Okay,
so he is
sneak out
getting
the
a
hot
swing
shot.
in. So we're putting 5. And that is not. I'm sorry, 4.
The trick is that unless Patrick's holding a surprise strike, he does not have the ability to deal lethal in one action. It's going to take you 2.
Yeah, but if you're James, you can't play around that. That's kind of one of the things you get with an aggressive deck is if he's got it, he's got it.
If he's got it, he's got it. I mean, that's the name of the game in so many cases, right? If he's got it, he's got it.
But fortunately for James at this point, he's forcing him to have it or lose.
Yep.
So I'm just going to hit your base for 6.
Yep, that's the right play.
That's 22.
up to 22.
3 left. Let's see if he's got the surprise strike or not.
Does he have it? Or can he kill the...
Or breaking in or something. He's playing spinning 2. He's got it.
He had it.
He had
that's
it.
game.
That's game.
Dang, I almost
There
had
it was.
I was
1 action away, but James not quite able to close out game 2 here. Now, chat's saying that they may have misplayed that fireball interaction.
With that one,
Let me look at Quinlan real quick. So Quinlan was on the board.
Yeah.
So let's look at Quinlan's game text real quick.
Man, you were
Enemy cost the same as or less than the played
I knew
unit.
you had something
Ah,
to do with
he's
Phasma.
right. Fireball only costs 2,
Don't wanna pass another
and the
turn.
Kai dagger costs 3. He could not have pinged the dagger.
You're right.
Okay,
That's
we'll
a
we'll
mistake.
point that out to them. They both missed it. Yeah, he misplayed it. It's obviously too late to fix it now, but
I mean, that's clearly a game loss for Contra.
here's the other thing. I mean, huh?
It's clearly a game loss.
Yeah,
for
clearly,
Contra.
100%.
But I mean, then it's also a game loss for James because he also missed it. So we're right back here.
Indeed.
one of the most
All right, guys. Well, listen. Round 1 is done. We've got probably about 25-ish minutes on the official timer. I'm going to go make some small adjustments to the cameras. Those guys are a little washed out. I'm going to turn the ISO down and try to clean that up a little bit. And yeah, we'll be back here in a little bit. This is not like a big regional, unfortunately. We won't have backup games and all that sort of thing. But appreciate you guys being here with us. Let's why don't we come back?